There is a deeper reason why people love queens but aspire to baddie culture. Baddie culture is just the masculine energy disguising itself or projecting itself as feminine by deconstructing the elements that masculinity supports and morphing into an idealized version of that. But there's a reason why we deeply love queens. We love and see queens as a natural manifestation of high vibrational feminine energy, one wherein one's passions and emotional life force is their guiding beacon in life. The desire to be deeply connected to your passions and living through your passions, as well as living from a baseline energy of love, is the essence of feminine energy. In contrast, the essence and the basis of high vibrational masculine energy is security. So, with love as a baseline of femininity and a connection to your emotional body, fear is derived from the mind or the masculine. So, to be disconnected from your feminine energy is just another way of saying being disconnected from your emotional gifts, your emotional purpose or sense of reasoning. Emotional reasoning equals resonance. So, as we go through a list of high vibrational divine feminine energy, we will do so by looking through the stages of the feminine experience. And then we'll also look at a particular feminine and how this is illustrated in their discography or life or projects. Some of these examples will also be masculine dominant feminines, just to show how the feminine process exists for each polarity. There are two stages that I've identified as your introduction to your feminine world or your emotional world as a human. Those two stages are the dichotomy between passion and power, and then one's relationship to the masculine. So, we are going to use Haley Williams of Paramore to talk about the passion and power complex. To be feminine embraced is really just understanding the wounding that comes along with the realizations of being in the physical world, particularly when you naturally lead with love. So, in other words, pain is as synonymous with growth as positive results are. And these realizations typically come about when you first start to observe the light and dark behaviors of human beings. Understanding what it means to love other people and to experience or witness love, as well as seeing the fractured way that human beings are actually existing. This usually comes about during childhood trauma, but you don't start to emotionally connect to that until later in life or later in your feminine journey. So, songs that particularly touch on the concept of darkness and navigating loss, but from a standpoint of emotional strength by releasing instead of suppressing that emotional energy, by simply creating emotional expression is the first step in impacting your feminine energy. And we see that throughout Paramore's discography. One of the reasons why this music connects with so many people is because it is compassionately connecting to the emotional experience of self and others from a lens of self acceptance and forgiveness, as opposed to self pity for one's experience, but doing so while acknowledging the pain of the experience. This is another way of moving through energy as opposed to bypassing it. And then comes expanding that compassion beyond self forgiveness to others with songs like We Are Broken and so many others. And I believe this song was written about victims of human, if you know what I mean. So it's the reclaiming of sensuality through raw expression. And that's another key element in connecting to your feminine energy. If you are disconnected from your sensuality because of pain or because of your fear response to experiencing pain, you won't be able to move through to brighter energy or brighter times. Thus, the essence of Paramore and the Queen, Hayley Williams.